Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you for watching the video. If you find this informative, please take a second to like and subscribe. I'm going to go through step by step on packaging my amp, and I'm going to be setting that to Mesa for service. So the first thing you need to know is contact Mesa. You'll get an RMA number, and they're going to give you a ship to address. Print that out, put that inside the box so they know who it is, and get an extra copy, get that on the box. Even though they're going to, UPS or FedEx, or they're going to get you a shipping label, I like to always print one with me. And also print out your return address and get that in the box as well. So let's have different pieces. I've got the box. Here's the chassis. Get some cardboard and get the cardboard to cover the guts. I'm going to show you afterwards how I use the foam that will secure the chassis. And inside the box, I got some corners. So you get these from Amazon, you cut them to size, and I've got a couple of more that will round out the corners on top. So I'm going to pause this, and I'll go step by step, walk you through how I do this. All right, first step is I've got the cardboard taped up on both sides to secure and protect the guts. I've got the bottom corners. I've got the bubble wrap, which it will go around the chassis. The next step is I've taken these, I guess they're foam packaging that will expand, and it's form-fitting. So I've got 4 of these to cover the different corners of the chassis. And also this chassis, it will be going inside that plastic sleeve to help protect it as well. I've got all my sliders brought down. All the push-pull knobs are all pushed in. All the different knobs are in a downward position, so trying to minimize anything that can break. All right, so I got the power nicely wrapped up and tied up. I've got the chassis inside the plastic sleeve. I'll be wrapping this up. It's going to be going inside the box, and I'll be going ahead and opening up the foam, self-expanding foam, and I'll walk you through how to do that next. All right, so now that the chassis and the power is all nice and snug inside, I've opened up the packaging for the foam, and pretty straightforward. It walks you through. You got to push on both of these containers, the pouches that is. The seal will open up. It's going to, you're going to hear it pop, and then you start rubbing it, and it's going to expand, and it's got to get hot. And as it expands, that's when it's going to be moldable. So you're going to want these to go inside the box on the corners, and I'll do that afterwards. Then you put the chassis right on it, and as it continues to expand, it's going to form to the shape of whichever object you're placing in it. You can start seeing it's already expanding, and it's blowing up pretty quick. I'm going to get this in the box now. All right, now we see the foam starting to take shape. I'm going to let this cool down a bit, but if and when I take this chassis out, you'll see that the foam will have perfect wrap in. It's going to have the form of the chassis or anything else that you're shipping. Also, depending on the box that you're using, you may have some extra spacing where you may want to get some additional foam. So I've got a box full of foam, and I probably will be expanding some just to cover along the sides. I'd rather over package it than under package it. It's been about 10 or so minutes. What I'm going to do is remove the chassis, and I'm going to open up and expand another foam, and I'm going to put that at the bottom just to protect the underneath in case someone drops it. Here we go. We see this expanding. I'm going to go ahead and put the chassis right on top now. All right, so I've put the bottom expanding foam in, and you can see it's starting to take up shape. And I'm going to let this cool down for about another 10, 15 or so minutes. Remember, when you're packaging your chassis, space and wiggle room is your enemy, because if it can move, it could break. And Mesa states, make sure it's nice and snug. Don't use like peanut and little foam and popcorn. It's got to be as snug as possible. And at this point, before I wrap things up with the foam on top, don't forget to get your RMA and your return address inside the box. You don't have to do that, but I always do that. I get it on the box and I get it in the box. All right, now that I've got my shipping and return RMA number inside the box, next step is I've prepared 2 more foam packages, which will go in the corners to protect the side. I've got my 2 corners just to protect the box, integrity of the box. And I got some additional packaging material just to make it snug. So what I'm going to do in the next pause is expand both of these real quickly. And this is where timing becomes a little important, because the foam is going to start expanding. You want this to be molded to the chassis, but you also don't want it to expand beyond the box. So what you need to do is get both of these inside real quickly. I like to put the corners in. Some people don't put that in their boxes, as well as any foam, real quick. And then I'm going to close the box off so that when the foam expands, it molds to the size and shape of the box, and it does not expand beyond the size of the box. I don't want the foam to be coming out past this point here. So again, I'm going to get this fired up real quickly, get that in, get everything packaged up, and close the box and let it sit for about 15, 20 minutes, at which point I should be able to open it up and have a look at what that looks like. All right, so everything has been packaged inside. I'm going to let this sit for 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20. I'll crack it open and have a look, make sure that it's cooled down and that everything is nice and snug. And if need be, I'll package it more, but I'll show you what that looks like in just a few seconds. All right, so we're gonna wrap up this video. At this point, I've got the corners, the foam is all inflated. I put an extra layer of that packaging foam just to keep it nice and snug along the ends and protect the top. I'm gonna go ahead, seal this, tape it up, take it to UPS, and I've already printed some additional shipping label as well as return address. So hopefully informative video. Anyone that wants to ship a chassis back to Mesa, follow these steps. I've done about 4 or 5 amps and haven't had any issues yet. Hey, have a great day. And if you like this, please take a second to like and subscribe. Have a great day.